Writer's block, start reading. C-BookReviews. This next book review is for Chicago by David Mamet. Now I gotta say I really enjoyed this novel. It's 332 pages, but for the small amount of pages it's packed with story, characters, crime, journalism. This is a tremendous novel. Praise for David Mamet. I'm reading the back of this book. The finest American writer of his generation. Based on this book, I cannot disagree. So, Chicago follows the story of a journalist named Mike and his friend Parlo. And Mike came back from World War I. He was flying his plane over France, and now he's writing for one of Chicago's newspapers, and he's had to cover some like really difficult stories. He covered a story of a building fire in which a lot of kids died in, and he finds himself covering stories about crime, and anyway, it's kind of difficult to summarize this novel, and I'm going to keep this video shorter than all my others. So I would just say that this is a heavy recommend. I got it at the library, read it in three months. Took me a while, but I was busy with school. And what I like about it is that it's poetic, and there is this phrase called Mamet speak, in which all of David Mamet's characters, they talk a certain way. I would agree that it made parts of this book difficult, and also the vocabulary, the vocabulary was a bit over my head, but I just looked up, all these words, on every page with my smartphone, and I learned a lot from this work of fiction, and it's a book for a guy. I think that is why I enjoyed it so much. Obviously a girl could too, like if you consider yourself a tomboy, tomgirl, tomboy, or just, if it's your style, like tough talking characters and a lot of heavy drinking and prostitutes, then you'll like this book. For me, I thought some of the drinking in the book was excessive, and there's a character named Peekaboo who is like a African American prostitute, and she gives Mike tips, that lead to Mike's investigations. She was interesting, and but some of the kind of the guy things in this book were actually like a bit much, but it was still good. And I even wondered if the character Peekaboo was stereotypical, but then again, I never say anyone's a stereotype, because you don't know how it was in the 1920s. How people, certain people from certain backgrounds actually kind of sometimes could fit a stereotype. So I never assumed that. I thought, okay, seems a little stereotypical, but whatever. No major problems with the book. Some of the story was kind of like, it just, the characters are better than the story. The story was good. It gives you everything you expect. It gives you a couple of surprises too, but it didn't dig too deep into the story, but it kind of didn't need to. For 332 pages, the entire work said a lot, and I was really just pleased reading the pentameter of the dialogue of all the characters, and how it's, every character sounds like a businessman with the way he speaks, or a mafioso. Anyway, I'm not going to keep flapping my gums. Chicago, from a guy like me who's never been there, I gotta say though, it makes me want to go, and it provides some historical references: Capone, Chicago mob, North Side, South Side, Italian mob, journalism, World War I, war stories. It's all in here. So if any of that appeals to you, I would get this book at the library right now. Alright, thank you for listening to me talk about this excellent novel. Take care.